Forever. Dog.
Hello, and welcome to Outgrown, where we have guests on to discuss something from popular culture that they used to profoundly identify with and once thought would define them forever, eventually outgrew. My name is Julia Vickerman.
And my name is Tom Scharpling. And today we have a very exciting guest on the show. We have Kelsy Abbott is here. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm an exciting guest.
You are.
Okay.
You're an exciting guest.
Kelsy is a writer, an actor, a voice actor. She's worked on 12 Forever, Uncle Grandpa, Disney's Illusion Island, which is a new video game, The Fungies, Clarence, Apple and Onion. The list goes on. She's amazing. She's also one of my favorite people on the planet.
Aw,
So I'm glad that you're here.
thank you. I'm glad to be here.
We met through Channel 101
Yes,
back in the day. I think I met you at the 2007 Channy Awards.
that's quite a long time ago.
Okay.
And you used to make disgusting shows for Channel 101.
I did, yeah.
And I was like, I got to be friends with this woman.
Aw.
That's the nicest thing I've ever heard.
Yes.
It really is. It's like pure friendship.
Yeah, I was very impressed with her work
Mm-hmm.
before I ever met or knew her.
Not that I know what that's like.
It's a little bit me and Tom.
Yeah,
Aw.
that's
met
how
the
we
same
met.
way.
Now, Kelsy, what are we talking about today on the show?
So today we're going to talk about the South Park co-creator Matt Stone.
Matt Stone.
Yes.
A little bit about Matt Stone from Wikipedia, for those that don't know. Matthew Richard Stone was born May 26, 1971. He's an American actor, animator, writer, producer, and musician. He is best known for co-creating South Park and the Book of Mormon with his creative partner, Trey Parker. So, Kelsy, this is a unique thing to be fascinated by.
Is it? Is it?
It's I think it's an interesting thing. It's a very revealing thing to see who you are drawn to in
Yeah.
certain ways. Like there are people who, when they like the Beatles, they're like, oh, I like John Lennon because he's the rebellious one. I like Paul McCartney because he's like the sweet one. But then there's people like, oh, I like George Harrison. They pick like the one who's not exactly the
Yeah.
one that's in your face.
I mean, I know now too, like you see documentaries about whatever. Trey Parker does the heavy lifting, it seems. You know what I mean? He's definitely, I would say, more of the creative force behind all that stuff.
Yeah, that's the interesting. Like
Yeah.
you didn't take the one who's up in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Set the stage for us in your life when this Matt Stone interest starts to occur. What's the year? What grade are you in?
Okay, so it was like it would be August of 95, I think.
Wow, that's really specific.
No, 96. Is that when it aired? 97. 97.
South Park. You mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And so I was like almost 12. And I was helping my aunt at her house. She lived like in a suburb of Chicago, and they had Comedy Central. We did not. My town did not have Comedy Central.
Because you lived where at this point?
In a small town in Iowa, Clinton.
Okay.
Yeah. they
Shout out
didn't-
to Clinton, Iowa.
Yeah.
So you're one of the kids, because I know what it was like to be a kid who didn't have cable,
Yeah.
and then suddenly you do have cable. So you growing up, you only had like the
Well, we had
channel.
cable.
Oh, you had,
but
you
like
just didn't
our
have Comedy-
town didn't have Comedy Central for
Oh,
for a
okay.
while.
The whole
Okay.
town?
Yeah. No.
Oh, this was like back in the day where they were like, write a letter to your
Sure,
cable
sure.
Yeah,
provider.
yeah.
So you did not have Comedy Central. So this was like a concept to you.
So whenever we went to her house, me and my brother would like binge it, and the MST 3K was on there, and like we grew really obsessed with that. My brother more so than me, but like then I started seeing these advertisements for this new like these kids they curse. It's the first R-rated cartoon. I was like, oh my god, I have to watch this, and I did, and it blew my mind. I loved it. It was so funny and so crass, you know.
And you were like, who are the people that created this show?
Yeah, I mean, I think it took a little bit because then I had to go back home and I couldn't watch it for a while, but like I kept thinking about it, and so eBay was around,
okay.
and so I would buy like people's taped episodes
Okay.
of South Park.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How much was a home recording
I don't
VHS
remember.
going
I mean,
for?
it
on
could have
eBay
been
in
too
those
much
days?
because I was going off of allowance and stuff. But then, and then like a few months later, I would buy like a Japanese bootleg DVD of the episodes and stuff just so I could watch
Okay.
them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I saw an interview with them, and it's just like Matt Stone was just the cute one. You know what I mean? That's
Okay.
what, because I was
Oh, was he?
12, and I was like, I got this wacky taste.
Describe what Matt Stone looks like for
You know,
or what
like
he looked
curly
like in
brown
those days.
hair, big fro, curly fro, and glasses. Jewish man. I don't know. He's just. I loved glasses. I feel like my first crush was Trace Ballou from MST3K, Dr. Forrester, which is a strange thing for a kid to like. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. There's just like a type I like.
So there's glasses.
Glasses,
clearly...
like darker hair. I don't know. Just
Okay.
I'm just a normal looking old dude. Like, you know.
Uh-huh.
Wait,
I'm
you had
old.
said Jewish. Is Matt Stone Jewish?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
see, I thought they were from like the Midwest.
From Colorado.
Is
Well, I
that
got
a
the-
heavy Jewish population?
I have no idea.
Me neither, apparently.
I'm going to blow your mind. There's Jewish people everywhere.
What? We gotta get out of here.
They could be right behind you. No, it is the kind of thing where, like, culturally, you're used to, like, Midwest is so like waspy Protestant kind of thing, and it's just like
And or Mormon.
yeah. I mean, I knew when I grew up, even in New Jersey, it was just like all Christian, everybody, just like honestly, it was like, it was shocking for an area that's still like East Coast to be so kind of weirdly segregated even. So,
Yeah.
so just trying to set the table here. You saw it, you go back to Clinton, Iowa, and are you telling all your friends, you'll never believe the show I saw?
Well, so I didn't have like a ton of friends at that time. Like I had a friend that was like proximity friend, you know, because he lived nearby or whatever, and she wasn't gonna get it. Like I told my brother about it. He was like the person I hung out with the most, and tried explaining it to him and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very excited.
So, but now you have these tapes,
And then
you're
yes, and I got the tapes, and
you're
yes,
like, watch this.
yes, absolutely. You know when you like something, you just want to show everybody and make sure they like it too, and like you know.
Were you converting people to South Park? Were your friends on board with it?
No.
They didn't get it the way you got it?
My brother liked it. We had a like friend that was more my brother's friend, but he hung out all the time. He liked it, and then I like made my mom watch it. You know,
Did your mom like it?
I think she was like, "Yeah, it's fine, it's funny." You know,
That's cool.
Because we're in a post Simpsons world now, where the Simpsons is culturally established and
yes,
and accepted, and everybody gets it and loves it. But South Park is now this kind of like edgy alternative to
yeah. And
The
I did love The Simpsons too, and there's like plenty. Like I think funny shows like Space Goes Coast to Coast, and like, but none of them were like, this is just like raw.
Yeah.
And the first ever South Park short was like Jesus versus Santa Claus.
Oh
right?
yeah, and that's the other thing I would buy on eBay. I mean, thank God for eBay, because I found their college
thank
shorts,
God
all their
every
college
day.
shorts. Like
Okay.
I got a copy of Cannibal the Musical before it came out, like on VHS. Like somebody just had all of Trey's stuff,
And they-
college work.
Sure. And they were just dubbing it off and selling it to children.
And Cannibal the Musical was something that they made
In college,
in
yeah.
college.
Yeah.
Really? In college? That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Mhm.
I haven't seen it since college, but I loved it then.
One thing I would do when I was in a similar situation to you is like eBay would, at one point they started cracking down on being able to just sell tapes of things that somebody didn't have the rights to. So the workaround was you would see an auction and it would be just like, hey, buy this this matchbook, and if you do, we'll throw in every episode of the Rockford Files on VHS.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like they would always like be
Very
like, and a
smart.
bonus.
Very smart.
Like all
cool.
but you're not buying those episodes. You're just buying a matchbook.
I remember buying a copy of Don Bluth's Rockadoodle for 10 cents off eBay
Wow.
and thinking, why would anyone go to the trouble of putting
yeah,
And they-
for 10 cents.
They have to.
the shipping costs more than
Yeah. What was it?
the
Free
VHS
shipping?
tape? No, I don't believe
Okay.
it was.
That
free
would
So you're
shipping.
just like-
that would have been
Yeah.
madness.
But it was like $2 for shipping.
No, I know.
I'm like,
It's-
this is really not worth someone's time doing
They're
this.
just like
I mean, if they got like 100 people buying a 10 cent
$2. Yeah. you could-
100 Rockadoodle fans? I
Yeah.
don't think there have ever been that many.
Did you pay, how much was it?
10 cents.
10 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So
About how much it was worth.
that's just putting it in the envelope. Just 10 cents.
Just I thought it was
What's up
going to
with my-
rock it up.
yeah.
All right,
With my
so
life.
So were you attracted to
Yeah.
Matt Stone? Okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
if it was more of like a mentor figure. You
No.
admired
I
him
wanted to like
creatively.
marry him.
Oh,
All right.
Okay, so you were like 13.
I mean, yeah, I saw South Park when I was like almost 12, and then it kept going, so like 12, 13. Yeah, obsessed with him. I would buy every like magazine article off of eBay because like usually it's too late to find out they were in something. And I'd find that US Weekly or whatever and get that.
So Matt Stone, do you remember the moment where you're just like, so these are the South Park fellas, and you're just like, you're my favorite?
I think just immediately, just because it was like looks.
So
you think
it was a looks thing first?
Well, yeah, I guess since I love the show so much, I mean, it was like immediately I was like, I'm going to pick one of them to love.
Yeah.
Wait,
sure.
okay, so
Yeah. We
why
can only marry one of them.
why are you not attracted to Trey Parker?
I don't know. He's cute. Like I was like, oh, he's cute, but not like Matt, man. I don't know. It's the
Sure.
dark hair, glasses, I like that,
Okay.
Is there any part of it that he's like the upfront when he's more loud and brash and Matt is by
quieter,
comparison a little bit quieter?
Yeah, that might have been a little. That's attractive, I think. Yeah, like he doesn't have to make a big song
not
and
like
dance
a
at the
show.
show.
Yeah. He's not getting all sweaty trying to charm you with his moves. He can just be himself.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
All right, so you think Trey Parker's a sweaty showboat? What was your childhood like at this point? Like, what was your family's relationship to television and comedy?
So definitely like big indoor kid. Lots of like I didn't have many friends really because nobody got me except for my brother, and we would watch a lot of TV. He introduced me to like a lot of weird movies and crap too. Like I was watching Pulp Fiction. I was like 10 or whatever.
Sure.
I was a good kid, like nice and did well in school, and so my mom, she let us watch whatever. I think because like, oh, they're great. Why should I change what they're doing?
I know your brother was also a young redhead child, and he was really into Conan O'Brien.
Oh yeah, I loved Conan. We would make our own little talk shows and record it, and he would kind of do his hair up like Conan.
That's very cute.
Yeah, Conan was a very special show too. When it first aired, it was so different.
Yeah, it had
subversive,
more sketches and comedy concepts than any other talk show would have. So you and your brother, you're watching TV all day and all night.
Yeah, basically.
The whole family. How many TVs are in the house?
Oh well, we had just one. We had like kind of a poorer family, but I did get one in my room eventually, like a little one.
Sure.
And I'd watch like Howard Stern before bed.
So on
cool.
E.
Sick.
Yeah.
So you had your little TV. So that was like, then you're just off to the races.
But I didn't have like a VCR in there or a TV
Okay.
player, so that had to be in the living room and stuff.
Yeah. So you're loading your South Park
Yep.
tapes in the living room.
Yeah. And I'm glad my brother was into it because otherwise he could be such a dick if he didn't want to watch something. I remember I tried to like record Friends or something when I was like 8. And he's like, no.
So you got shamed for
Oh yeah, sure, of course.
certain types of comedy. Okay.
You got friends shamed.
I mean, I get it.
You had to watch Friends in secret.
Yeah, because I just said my brother really didn't like it.
Yeah, that obscure show Friends.
Mm-hmm.
So when this infatuation with Matt Stone started, what were people's reactions to it when they found out that you're low key, or maybe not low key, obsessed with one of the two creators of South Park?
I mean, I feel like my parents were supportive. I mean, they're just like, whatever, it seems harmless. I know my dad, for my birthday, my 13th birthday, he got me a website, mattstoner.com. So he was very supportive. And it's like, well,
He bought you the domain name.
Yes. It's like, what am I going to do with it? So like for a little bit, I posted just pictures of him on there, but I was like, I don't know how to do a website.
So for mattstoner.com, where are we at with that right now in 2024?
Oh yeah, it's gone. He sold it or whatever he did, got rid of it. It's like I updated it like once. What am I gonna do? There were like other Matt Stone, Trey Parker fan websites that were much better. There was one called Cannibal Lovers, and they had all the info. I was like, well, I can't compete with that.
Were you just there like refresh?
Yeah.
Refresh.
Or
Did
I'd
you have like that
refresh.
little view counter at the bottom
I think
that people used to put on
Yeah.
there?
Oh, I don't know if I did. I probably didn't know how to do that. I didn't understand how to make a website.
Did you have a tiled background?
I think it was just black. I really did not know. Nobody told me how to do it.
So it's a black screen.
Yeah, I would say like Matt
One
Stone, and, like
picture
just
of Matt
pictures of Matt
Stone.
Stone and Trey Parker. And that was it.
I got to see what's up when you go to it now. Looks like this domain isn't connected to a website yet.
Kelsey, you got to get it back.
Is this your domain? You can get it back. I think this could
Do you
be
think I should get it back?
Yes.
And
Before
post
the
more
show
pictures?
ends.
I definitely think that's
I
what
think
you
I
should be
know it
spending your
just as
time
much
doing.
how to. I think I know less how to make a website now than I
How
did.
is that possible?
know how to do it. I haven't.
we can hook you up with Squarespace
Somebody-
or one of these
Wix.
Wix.
Hire somebody to post Matt Stone pictures for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you have any adversaries in your life who did not like Trey Parker or Matt Stone?
No, I think like if I went to sleepover or something, or if I did like talk to any like girls in my grade, they were obsessed with Backstreet Boys and NSYNC and like, which one do you like? And I was like, well, I like Matt Stone. They're like, who's that? So you'd be like, well, he's creator of South Park. And like,
like-
so what?
So in this day and age, it was normal to like the guys in boy bands, and you were doing it a little bit differently.
Yeah. I didn't shame them for liking those boy bands.
Yeah, is that true?
It's true. I didn't go like, ew.
So did you like any of that stuff, or were you just so
No, I didn't.
you were so locked in on Matt Stone?
I was. I bought, those little like keychains you could get sometimes at amusement parks where they like took a picture of you and then you could look at it later.
Uh-huh.
I had one of those. I
Okay.
had Matt Stone from basketball. We're just going walks and look at it.
Now, so you would, okay, let's not rush past that. You'd go on a walk,
Yeah.
like just in the neighborhood.
Yeah, just, on the bike path. And
Okay. And you
I just needed
pull
like every
over at a point.
couple minutes, look up and see him and be like, oh, he's so hot.
You got to get your Stone fix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird, man. I don't get how like you like something and you have to buy, like I thought I had to buy like everything connected to them. So
Mhm.
like, I bought Cannibal Musical. I bought a Cannibal Music poster. I asked for like a South Park poster, basketball posters for Christmas. The soundtrack to basketball, which I don't even like ska. It's like all ska. And
Wait, Kelsey, you don't like ska?
Get out. Get out.
So were you just kind of like, I guess I'll listen to the basketball soundtrack, even
Yeah.
though I kind of don't like
Yeah,
this
like
music,
what is
but,
that? Why? Why
it
do
was
I have to?
somehow bringing you closer to him?
Yeah.
But he likes it.
He likes his favorite movie, he said one time, is Elling. And so I bought Elling and watched that.
Is what?
Elling?
What is Eileen?
Elling, Elling. It's like a British movie.
Is it good?
I mean, when I watched it, I liked it, but that could have been because he likes it,
Sure.
Probably rewatch it sometime.
hmm So when basketball comes out,
hmm
did you see it in the theater?
Oh, yeah.
Or was this just like, what was that experience like?
Oh, it was amazing because he's on screen and then him and Trey make out. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So many women in your life
I've heard.
love the scene where Trey Parker and Matt Stone make out in that movie. I know I've
Yeah.
personally watched it about 200 times, just that one 30-second
Yeah.
clip.
If I had $1 for every woman who said that's an impactful scene, I'd probably have like $9. But that's still not nothing. You get like a sandwich for $9, right?
It's true.
So
That's interesting.
That's
It's-
so many people like that.
Yeah.
yeah, that is like an unaddressed cultural
Yeah.
marker for a lot of
It ignited
young,
something in a lot of young ladies. And
Yeah.
probably young boys as
I'm
well.
sure too. Yeah,
Have
absolutely.
you? I mean, I don't think I'd seen anything like that at that point.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I had. I guess not. It was pretty exciting.
So, how did you express your fandom? Did you write letters? Did you draw pictures? Was there any creative output from you regarding Matt Stone?
Yeah, I think I wrote into some South Park thing, but never heard back. I found Mary Kay Bergman, who did all the female voices on South Park,
Mm-hmm.
her email address, and I wrote her, and she wrote me back and sent me a autographed picture.
That's nice.
That's
Yeah.
very sweet. What did she
Mhm.
write you back?
Well, I'd said like I think she's amazing, and I want to be a voice actor, and I practiced doing the voices, and she's like, keep at it.
And then you did. You became a voice
Oh, yeah.
actor.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's huge when you think about it, because you wrote as a young teen,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I want to do voice work in animation. And then
That's exactly what
You
you
Lucky.
did.
did it.
Yeah, I didn't actually think it would ever happen, but that's cool.
but it
Pretty
did.
cool. Pretty cool when you think about it. Huh?
yeah. Like I think a few months later is when she killed herself, which
Oh,
is
God.
horrible.
All right.
Yeah. Not because of me.
Nobody thought it
Are
was
you
because
sure?
of you. Yeah.
She's like, oh no, there's more
They are
competition.
gonna
There's
open-
competition
yeah.
coming.
They were going to open an investigation now.
Oof.
Yeah.
So did you ever draw a picture of Matt Stone?
I think yes, I did. I did. Never like naked or anything, because well, I don't
Not
know.
what I was
It's just
asking.
like,
Okay.
well, not naked, of course.
Because I mean, I
You're
can't even.
You're like,
imagine
I
what
didn't
that
think
is.
it was naked.
We had to do a project in
Uh-huh.
8th grade where it was a weird project. You had to like write your own eulogy and like describe your funeral. I don't know.
What?
I don't know, man.
What school was this? Is that how it is out in Clinton, Iowa?
Yeah, they were on the teacher man. Like, some people think it's morbid, but it's kind of a little bit. But
So
my, like my husband was Matt Stone, and
Okay.
like,
wow, that's amazing.
yeah, I know. And Trey
So-
Parker was there, and
Trey Parker was there at the
as
funeral.
a guest because he's my friend.
Sure. Okay.
So wait, okay, so you not only had to write a fake eulogy, you had to write a story about what your funeral was going to be like.
Yeah, like or just like like who was there and like
That's the most intense thing I've ever heard
What
that would
kind of
happen in a
assignment
public
is this?
school.
I don't know. It was an English class. I don't know.
What's
she was
wrong with
maybe
this?
she was trying to make it exciting. I have no idea.
Whew, that's some heavy stuff.
It's
Like
a
a
little
teacher.
weird. Yeah.
I'm gonna have the kids do. They're gonna write their funeral. Like you picture, she's working on her her little list of what the month is going to be, and then creative writing assignment would be, what if they wrote what their funeral would be like? What if these? How old are you at this point?
Well, like what? 12? Is that
12.
That's a lot
That's a lot.
to consider. What are people going to think about me when I'm dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and what year will it be? And who
Yeah.
will be there?
She made you come up with what year it would
Well,
be?
yeah, you'd like write all the details of it or
Oh
something.
my god.
What?
I don't know.
So basically, what? Okay, how old were you when you passed?
I don't know. I probably made it old. I think probably like 90.
Okay.
I was trying to like do the math of how old Matt would be and what would be logical for him to be alive still.
Sure. So he's at that point he's 115, mourning your death. He's out there crying. Him and Trey, two 115-year-olds in front of your casket, bawling their eyes out. She went too soon. She's only 90.
Do you remember any other details from your funeral?
I think Radiohead played.
Okay, so a very old Radiohead. So you're talking about also well past the age of 100 now.
Yeah, I know.
Radiohead are picking the guitars back.
Dude, I can't remember exactly. Maybe I was smarter about the age. Maybe
No,
it was
but this
more-
is fun. No, this is. I hope this is what you actually said. 90.
I think.
No, the weirdest part of this is that teacher. I want to know more about what's
Yeah.
going on in her life.
Yeah.
So you were obviously influenced creatively by South Park and the work of these guys.
I think, sure, yeah, of course, because there's a certain humor, I guess that's like
yeah,
I
you
hadn't
like
seen
you
before.
like gross.
Yeah, and I mean also
subversive
that
stuff.
it was such a crude animation style. Like, it doesn't have to look beautiful. I've made cartoons and I can't make them look beautiful, but you could. South Park did it, and it works out as long as you can get your story out there.
And it added to the humor of South Park.
Yeah.
Like when South Park would attempt to do good animation, quote unquote, it always felt odd.
Yeah,
And I think it detracted from the comedy.
yeah, agreed.
With South Park, you got on board early.
Hmm.
When it started to get more and more popular, did you feel territorial about it when suddenly, because you went from being the kid coming and saying like, I saw this show, you guys don't know, I'm telling you it's great, and people are like, I don't know what you're talking about. Then like you jump forward like 2 years and suddenly everybody's talking about South Park.
I don't think a ton of people in my town, like if I saw somebody wearing a South Park shirt at that point, I would be like, oh my god, I love South Park too. It was more exciting,
Okay.
less
Well, when did your town get Comedy Central? How soon after?
2009.
Yeah. It's like,
I
guys, you gotta
think
check
they
out
got it
Key and
probably
Peele.
a couple years, 2009.
yeah. There's this new show, Key and Peele. It's outrageous. That's the younger version of you hyping it.
Outrageous.
Yeah. It's outrageous. So when would you have gotten Comedy Central?
It was like 99. It
Okay.
wasn't too long after.
So shortly thereafter.
Yeah. And at first it was like, I think it was half of the time it was like VH1 or Cartoon Network or something. It split. They split that. I don't know
Okay.
why.
Wait, the channel number
Yeah.
split
So, like,
its
in
time
the, like-
between VH1 and Comedy Central?
I think so.
That is so strange.
like the
Oh,
first half of the day was VH1, then the second half. It was something like that.
What?
I don't know.
That sounds like a cost-cutting measure for that cable company.
Yes.
It's
I've
just like,
never heard of that.
we'll
That's
only
really
allot one
interesting.
channel on the dial to 2 networks.
It eventually got its own time
Yeah.
spot, but
Did you like VH1 as much as you liked Comedy Central?
no.
Well, pop-up video.
I did like the pop-up video. That was
Yeah.
fun. Sure. Who didn't like that?
Well, behind the music.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Some of those are really good now. So you should watch like the Married with Children, whatever.
Married
Behind-
with Children behind the...
It wasn't behind the music. They did another thing, didn't they? Like
They had a band,
no.
the Married with Children
Shut
family.
up.
Yeah, you
Like
missed
Oh
the
no,
that.
I'm thinking of
Partridge Family.
E. Am I thinking of E? Fucking shut up.
It'd be like the Partridge Family, the way they had a. No, but that why didn't shows should do that every once in a while. Make them a band also.
Yeah,
used to
they
do it
should
all
do
the
that more
time.
often.
They should.
The Brady Bunch, Partridge Family. Can you imagine if they kept going? We're like Seinfeld. It's a band also
Mhm.
now.
I mean, they tried it with The Simpsons. They had a lot of
Yeah,
albums.
They did. Yeah, they have like 5 albums.
Do the Bartman.
5 albums.
Sing the blues.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was Matt Stone, what did he represent to you? What were you projecting onto him? What was he doing that was making you respond to him? Because you're clearly, it wasn't an initial fascination. This was an ongoing
Mhm.
situation.
I feel like every time, I mean, maybe my opinion's skewed because it was like clouded with love, but he was in the interviews and stuff like they didn't care about censorship and stuff. I thought that was so cool that they stood by what they made and they were like not afraid.
Sure. So there was like the edginess
Yes.
you admired.
Yeah, and they wear the the dresses to the Emmys or whatever, and
Mhm.
Yeah, they wore
To the
gowns to
Oscars.
the
Yeah.
Oscars,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
They
weren't they high on acid the whole time?
yeah, that's what they said later, and
That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they were wearing, Trey Parker was wearing the Jennifer Lopez dress,
The
right?
low cut green,
Mhm.
And then Matt Stone was wearing the Gwyneth
Gwyneth Paltrow
Paltrow
pink,
dress.
yeah.
like a light pink.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you think they looked nice in their dresses?
I did. I thought they were just so cool.
I thought they were
Fucking-
very cool when they
Yeah.
did that. I was
Yeah.
excited.
That's stuff they weren't like the regular Hollywood.
I think it was
Celebs.
I think it was once again something they did as like, isn't this funny? But it's like as a young girl who's interested in like androgyny, you're just like, that's hot.
Yeah, that was hot too. I mean, I was just like, it was fine. Like, it felt like because they were going to this like big event where people like dress like and it didn't seem like mean spirit. Like, oh, guys in dresses, it's funny. It was more. It seemed like something
Yeah.
different.
They were being playful about
Yeah.
it. They didn't take themselves too seriously.
Yeah,
It also feels like 2 guys who were not concerned about going to next year's Oscars.
Exactly.
Also,
Exactly,
Where they're just
yeah.
like, hey, if we burn the bridge, so be it.
Yeah.
This is worth it. Yeah, they definitely would go for the big moment.
What other guys were you attracted to around this time?
Oh man,
Public figures or animated characters?
or animated characters. I said Dr. Forrester, but that kind of was like always there. I thought he was such a handsome man.
Mhm.
Okay.
You liked Tom York? Were you attracted to him?
Yeah, Johnny Greenwood more than Tom York because he was the
Okay.
handsome, the hot guitar player from
Yeah.
Radiohead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, man, it was really just definitely Matt Stone took it.
What about Trent Reznor?
I love Nine Inch Nails. I wasn't attracted to Trent.
What?
I know. I'm sorry.
How?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know, Julia.
Yes. No, we could get to the bottom of
Because
this.
I mean, like I like funny
You're
guys.
like, he
they
didn't
had to be
have
funny.
glasses.
They had to
Okay.
be funny.
He
well,
didn't
he
have
did have glasses.
an afro.
They don't. Okay, the afro's not necessary. That
You
was
don't-
like
you don't think Trent Reznor's funny? Hold on a second. No.
Space Ghost, kind of like the voice of Space Ghost. I was just like,
The
I
man
love.
who did that voice.
Sure.
I don't know what he looked like. I just loved that.
I
you
met
know.
him
George
at a-
Coe.
Yeah.
Did you know that George Coe was a cast member on Saturday Night Live for, I think, 2 episodes.
No.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
That's awesome.
He's like he's one of the shortest
2 episodes. Isn't
run
fair.
cast members in the history of the show. So the rebellion, they represented rebellion and edginess, and
They were funny. They're just funny,
okay.
man. You know, that's all I need is just a funny man with glasses.
sure. Let's
One of the guy I dated in high school, he was a grade ahead of me. And I met him, and he had glasses and an afro. And I was like, "This is the closest I'm going to be to ever being with Matt Stone. I have to date this guy." And he was kind of popular, and I'm like not confident, but I think I had to do it. So I was like, "This is the only."
How did you get him?
I don't know.
how'd you lasso him?
My brother was friends with people like
You knew a guy who knew a guy.
kind of like and like got him to hang out, and I just kind of like I don't know weaseled my way in there. I don't know how I did it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I got him. He was kind of a sociopath, but
Well, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, exactly. You're scaring me, but you do look like Matt Stone. So I'll take this deal. Were there any things in terms of the content of the show where you were just kind of like, oh, I didn't like that so much? Like any bumps in the road?
Not until like later on when I'd kind of like not watched obsessively anymore. You know, they got like a little like libertarian preach. I don't know, like you know,
sure,
and like cause nothing where I was ever like I'm not watching South Park. You know, nothing like that.
Were you mad when the fake out with Cartman's?
No. Oh yeah,
father?
yeah. I heard all like about that. Remember, people got like they were like sending in death threats and stuff.
Yeah.
Remind me what this
Because they were just like, they were doing like the classic TV, like who shot JR kind of, who got shot
Mr.
on Mr.
Burns.
Burns. And it just like, it was like, who's Cartman's father? And
Okay.
it's
It's a
the big-
cliffhanger, season
Yeah.
cliffhanger.
Oh, and wasn't it like his mom? Was
well, yeah,
his
but they had
father?
like the
They just, what they
Terrence and
did, they
Phillip
just did a
episode.
Terrence and Phillip episode for a half hour and everybody was like, and it even had like a "wee" sound in it to just say like, it was like them just giving you the finger, and people were seriously mad at it.
yeah, which is insane. I thought it was so funny. It's like there they go again. They're so cool.
But see, that's the stuff you were eating that up.
yeah,
You loved when they just gave the finger to everybody.
I guess so. Yeah, kind of like when they had George Clooney do a voice and he just barked like a dog. I was like,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah,
Because
it's a
he was
dog.
like, I'll do anything on the show. And they're just like, all right, you can just bark.
That's very funny.
Like wasting a celebrity is very funny.
Do you think at this time, like, would you consider yourself like a happy, well-balanced child during this time? Or was this Matt Stone, South Park infatuation kind of helping you through anything, like a transitional period?
I think, yeah, of course, having something to focus on and like look forward to. Because I mean, I was plenty like sad little kid, whatever, but I think I was pretty well adjusted. Now looking back, you know, at the time I was like sad and we didn't have a lot of money and like I was like, not very popular, whatever. But it
You're
wasn't that
popular
bad.
enough to get that guy.
Well, it got better in
Yeah.
high school. He wasn't.
That sociopath.
Yeah, I guess it made me feel like I'm cool or special because like I know about this stuff even if anybody else doesn't or something. You know.
Did that guy, just to go back, did he know about your Matt Stone obsession and that you thought,
Yeah, I told him you look like him. Yeah.
okay.
I mean, I don't know
So
if
he knew he was like a prop
Yeah.
in your life.
It got like a little, you know, once you have a boyfriend, I backed off a little bit. It wasn't quite as crazy
Sure.
about him, but sure, still had the poster up for like ever, the basketball poster.
You weren't like, can I call you Matt?
No, I didn't do that.
So, do you remember the time, like, what was a memory when you felt your obsession starting to fade?
I mean, I guess it would probably be like when I got like a steady boyfriend.
So, in that, the space in your heart that Matt Stone was occupying kind of
Yeah.
went over to this gentleman.
Sure. Yeah. At least like I had more to do, more to think about, more to talk about. I guess, you know, I instead of watching TV all evening, I'd hang out with the boyfriend and make out, whatever.
Oh, okay. So, you just like got laid.
Yeah. Yeah. I rewatched basketball recently and it's not very good.
Did you like their band?
Wait,
BVDA?
basketball isn't good?
Like I thought maybe like it could be like it was like pretty. I didn't care for it.
What about their band?
Yeah.
DVDA,
DVDA.
yeah.
Double vaginal, double anal.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They have a band?
Yeah.
I don't
They
like
did.
that name
I
very
know.
much.
I know.
Well, how'd you get
little
hold of that
lame.
music?
I'd probably eBay if I had any.
Sure.
Like that's where I would have to get everything.
There was someone running an eBay account was just like, this kid will buy anything. Like, I'm just gonna say, Here's a napkin that Matt Stone wiped his mouth on.
Oh man, I would have got
He'd be
that.
just like
if he was-
$100. Well,
I'm saving up for that.
exactly. Mowing lawns.
So what do you think about him now?
Well, like I said, you see that he's not as involved as Trey was. Like, it seems like, I was like, well, maybe I was obsessed with the wrong one if I was just going off of, like, how much I like the stuff they do.
But clearly it seems like he plays a huge role
At least
in
I could-
the creative process.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Trey would be able to do it if Matt just wasn't even there,
I don't think so either.
That's the whole thing, is like they clearly balance each other out. That Trey is just this font of ideas who maybe needs some structure, and Matt provides focus and structure.
That's what it seems kind of like, yeah.
To get them so that they could achieve. And Matt couldn't do it on his own because he doesn't have the endless ideas. But Trey would also just be the guy who could never get out of his bedroom because he's just all ideas but doesn't know how to channel them.
And I mean, in Kelsey's mind, Trey Parker is the brains and Matt Stone is the looks.
Yeah.
Sure.
You got to have that face.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard anything. I've never heard stories where he's like a total prick or anything, you know?
No, not besides like the general stories of it's a nightmare to work on South Park.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because of the schedule that they have to keep.
Yeah.
Living in Los Angeles, have you ever like seen him around?
No,
met him?
God, I haven't. I think I would. I still think I'd be like, oh my God, like my heart, even though I'm not obsessed anymore, but there's something, man, that's there where I think I'd just break down crying
Just
or something.
forever. There's a hold
Yeah,
that Matt Stone has on you.
I think so, yeah.
So with the show, you were saying that there was a point when maybe some of their like crypto libertarian perspective creeped into it a little bit that you were not a huge fan of.
Yeah, I guess so. But not then like they went further and they started like they just fucking pick on everything. Like they just go and it's like then I kind of got back into it again. It's like you guys just don't give a shit and I do love that.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
yeah, like at first you're like, are they getting like, are they just going to get political? And it's like, no, they're just going to piss on everything.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy Book of Mormon?
Oh, yeah, I love Book of Mormon. That's the other thing with Trey Parker's like the musical guy. And they're like, I really love their songs. Like, I'm not a huge musical person. Like, I don't like love musicals, but I really loved South Park Big On and cut like the soundtrack. Like, still think it's really good.
What's your favorite song on the South Park movie soundtrack?
I like Up There. It's a song that Satan sings.
Satan's
I like
Ballad?
there's like the when
What would Brian Boitano do?
Well, that's great. That's
The medley?
BBDA. Yeah, the medley. I like that a lot. I love that. La Resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gives me like goosebumps. It's good. He's a good musician.
He's
like,
an excellent songwriter.
yeah, Trey Parker's great at that. And Book of Mormon had great songs too. Yeah.
Did you hear the news?
What's the news?
Literally yesterday, this was announced. South Park creators Matt Stone and Trey Parker set live action comedy with Kendrick Lamar at Paramount. They're going to do a movie that comes out next year.
Oh my goodness, that is big news.
Yeah.
Wow, that's exciting.
It is. That's why I didn't know if you had heard.
I hadn't heard. Like I said, I've moved on. I'm not checking the Matt Stone boards every
You're
day.
not checking Matt Stone, or
No.
well, you would know what you'd find there because you ran it. So things in your personal life took the place of Matt Stone. Were there cultural things that you were a fan of that also took the place that filled that void, or was it more just, hey, I'm growing up a little bit, I can hang out with people and I have more of a social life?
Yeah, I think it was more just a social life because it was like still like one of my favorite shows. And then Adult Swim kind of helped too. I kind of got like a little obsessed with like Adult Swim shit.
Yep.
Like Aqua Teen I was really into and C-Lab. Like there was more like weird cartoons coming out that could help carry the burden.
When Tom worked on Monk, he got made fun of for liking Aqua Teen Hunger Force. A little bit.
A writer came in, a guest writer, and it was Aqua Teen Hunger Force was relatively new. So I was showing it in the office, and this guest writer watched like 30 seconds of it and then just got up and walked out of the room. And he was just like, then he wrote a book, and then he like was giving copies to all the other writers, and he signed mine. He was like, enjoy your show about the talking hamburger or whatever.
God, he wouldn't let it go. He
he wouldn't
walked
let
out of
it
that
go.
room like,
No.
He thought about it.
I'm going to write a
forever.
book so I can write in the spine to Tom.
Exactly. But it was a classic thing where he's just like, this is so stupid. And it's just like, yeah, you don't think I know that? Like, that's what's funny about it.
Yeah.
Is that it's stupid. This guy's like, I can't believe this. He's watching something this stupid.
just because he's so like a talking frog.
Yeah, this is dumb. But it was an interesting time where there was this wealth of shows that spoke to a new kind of attitude in terms of what was actually going to be on TV.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. It was like, it was this very stupid show. It was great.
Did you like the Bloodhound Gang, Kelsey?
I did like the Bloodhound Gang.
You seem like a young girl that would have liked the Bloodhound Gang.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I did like them.
Sure.
Yes.
Jimmy Pop.
Yeah. It was
of course.
funny.
Because they just don't give a fuck.
They were swearing and being dirty.
They're talking about sex.
Yeah. I did like. I did. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
You're in a safe space.
Yeah. So when you look back now, what is your takeaway from this whole journey you went on with Matt Stone?
Yeah, like who were you before you went into the Matt Stone tunnel, and who were you on the other side when you came out?
Probably it was lonely. I felt like I was lonely going into it, and then you felt like kind of connected to somebody or something. Like, sounds so lame. Like, remember, like, being outside and, like, looking at the stars and be like, well, he's looking at the same sky.
Oh,
so stupid.
That's
some
so
Fievel
sweet.
Mouskowitz stuff
so, yeah, I
going
know.
on
It's
there.
weird. But then, and then I guess when you have, like, an obsession like that and finding people who, like, do like it, like, gets you, okay, could be my person. You find your friends and...
Yeah, like you saw yourself in him. You were like, oh, I feel seen. There's someone else like me. I'm not such a weirdo after all.
Yeah. And then like when you find other people who are like, yeah, I like South Park, it's like, okay, cool. There's like a starting point for somebody. Like there are people that you can connect with and like that have the same taste as you, obviously. They're out there.
Because in a pre-internet where the internet was just like moving quickly, it like you had to grind it out to build community.
Yeah.
Like it was not an easy, especially in real life community.
Yeah.
Like that did not happen easily.
And Clinton, Iowa wasn't exactly like a hub of culture.
No, it was not. So yeah, it was exciting if you did find somebody who knew it, and just like it was so popular. So like there are a ton of people the same, even if they're not in this town or in my school, they're out there.
How much time did you spend at Spencer Gifts buying all the South Park merch?
No, I had it in my eBay, man. I did get into Hot Topic a lot in like middle school. They didn't really have a lot of South Park stuff. I had a South Park shirt. It was cool.
It sounds cool.
Yeah, it had Kyle on it. Matt Stone played Kyle's voice. He was my favorite.
That's what I literally was about to ask, of which voices he did.
So Kyle,
tell people which voices he
the
did.
muffled voice, right?
No, that's Kenny.
Oh, whoops.
Jesus Christ, Julia.
I'm gonna be cutting that out.
Yeah. No, that's
No. He did do Kenny. He did Kenny and Kyle, and he did Kyle's
See, I was
dad.
right.
you were right.
I
knew
know
he did Kenny.
everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he did Kenny, he did Kyle. Who else did
He got Kyle's dad. I liked Kyle the best. He was my favorite.
Okay.
Because it was kind of like Kyle's like Matt and Stan was like Trey. That's like,
Sure.
it's like kids. That's the idea.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that.
Well, now you do.
I do.
Well,
We all
do know
learned
that.
something
You do.
today. I learned that Clinton, Iowa sounds like a pretty cool place. And I'm going to be heading there tonight.
Nice.
high fructose corn syrup was developed there.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
I like that. I like high fructose corn syrup.
It smells. The whole town smells because of the ADM factory. It's got to smell.
What does it smell like?
Like, it's like a corn rendering plant, and sometimes it kind of smells like a beer kind of smell in the air, but sometimes it smells horrible. Like, I don't know how to describe it.
As opposed to the smell of beer.
Well,
which
you
is
know what I
maybe
mean?
not the
Like,
greatest
it's
smell
not the
to begin
greatest,
with.
but it's definitely not like it's like a yeasty smell or
Sure.
something. I don't know,
Okay.
but there's sometimes it just smells like, oh God.
I'm going this afternoon. I'm upping my trip. I was going to say tonight. Now I'm going this afternoon. That way I can
If you
be
like
there.
Google Clinton, Iowa smell, I mean, there's people being like, why does it smell?
Mhm. So Matt Stone. Now, what's the last thing you've tracked? You clearly don't have a Google alert going
No.
because you would have found out about the Kendrick Lamar movie.
Yeah, I would have, huh?
Now he's just something you in your past. Do you ever watch South Park and check in
Yeah,
on the
occasionally.
movies and things?
Yeah. I do like rewatching the movie. The movie's
Okay.
really good.
It's a source of comfort.
It
Yeah.
is, absolutely.
Yeah.
Haven't watched Orgasm in a long time. I can't imagine it would do much for me.
Yeah.
There was a song on that soundtrack, though, that Robert Smith was featured in. It was pretty good. It's a
Okay.
good song.
Did Robert
actually.
Smith sing a ska song?
No, that was Basketball soundtrack. This is the Orgasmo soundtrack.
I just figured it was also ska.
Yeah.
No, it was more like electronic. Like,
Weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
The Cannibal
could
the
just be
Musical
everything.
had a woman in it playing a part, and I think her name was Toddy Walters, and I bought her CD.
Wow.
I don't know why I had to get like every aspect,
you wanted to
snatch up
understand
everything.
it.
Mhm. Yeah, it is. It's like a quest for understanding sometimes. Like,
You're exploring a whole new universe.
Yeah.
yeah, well, you're free now. You escaped.
I hope
You're
so.
not buying everything that Matt Stone still sells.
No. Like if he had like a clone or something, I'd probably buy it just to see what he was like, what kind of smells he likes. Like I'm not like obsessed, but it's just
Okay.
like interest. You
That's
know,
the
Sure.
one piece of the puzzle you're missing is what smells he's
Yeah.
into.
What if he smells like corn rendering?
Yeah, what if
Yeah.
it's like yeast?
The
I'd be like,
cologne.
man, I wonder if he visited my town. I didn't even know it.
It's called Clinton, the smell. The fragrance.
Bottle it.
Clinton for men. Matt Stone's Clinton. It smells like beer and yeast
And something awful.
and something else. No. Well, thank you, Kelsy Abbott. You're amazing.
You are.
You're so funny.
You are one of the most talented people I've ever met.
Oh God, here we go. Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's so this was so much fun.
I learned a lot about your funeral.
Yeah.
That's the true takeaway is that a teacher made a bunch of 12-year-olds plot out their own death.
It's truly fucking
that would be
crazy.
the kind of thing where they get fired that day.
Do you remember her name?
Wolf. Mrs. Wolf.
Mrs. Wolf.
Mrs. Wolf. Well,
Well, cheers to you, Mrs. Wolf.
Yes.
You are very strange.
this is the Mrs. Wolf. This is the byproduct of your
Look what's happened.
of
Yeah.
your creative writing assignments. No, thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah,
Kelsey.
Thank you
Thanks
for
so
having
much.
me. It was fun
So much fun.
to think about this again.
Yeah.
It's fun thinking about you.
It's fun thinking about you and you, Tom.
Oh, thank you. I'm thinking about everybody. I'm just having fun thinking about you, Matt Stone,
We're all having
corn
so much
rendering,
fun.
Mrs. Wolf, the South Park voice artist who passed away. All of these great things I'm thinking of.
And if you guys need some comfort tonight, just look out at the night sky and just remember that you're looking at the same sky as Matt Stone.
Matt Stone is looking at that same star.
Oh God, that's really what I was thinking.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks everybody for listening. We'll be back with another one real soon.
Bye.
Bye.